Goes to show you can't trust anything on YouTube. I called K-Tuned and told him about the issue with the shifter being stiff. Problem is solved, and now it's returning to center. It's not just extremely stiff anymore. Look at that. Alright guys, today we're going to be working on the EF hatch. It's been a while since we've even done anything to this car besides drive it, because it just doesn't break, and that's what happens when you build a car with quality parts. But today we're not even fixing anything, we're just upgrading. As you can see by the title, we're going to be putting a K-Tuned X2 shifter in here, and yeah, before we get into the video, I'm going to show you this. Before we turn into it, I just want to explain something quick. You'll see this shifter here. I actually did an unboxing video. I haven't uploaded it, and I might be uploading it or putting it at the end of this video just so you guys can see. But my buddy Tony sent me a bunch of JDM parts, and this was just one of the random things he also put in there. And unfortunately, it's broken, as you'll see from the other videos. This is sliding up and down, and it's supposed to not do that. So instead of trying to make that one work, I just went ahead and bought a new one. So this is the newest version of the K-Tuned shifter that I'm aware of. And I am so excited to put this in, because I had the old version, my old EK Coupe that I built, and it is my favorite shifter ever. And this one is a lot different. They got a lot more technology in it. You can actually adjust this inside the car. You no longer have to go underneath the car like these old style ones where you have to adjust this ball that goes into the linkage. So this is absolutely awesome. So yeah, we will see what else we got in here. Ooh, definitely got put stickers on. Even comes with the Allen keys. I believe one of these are like the bushing for the bottom of the shifter. And you got our bolts. These are for this here, which goes to the bottom of the linkage, as you can see. But yeah, not too much to it. I mean, it's very basic. And actually, you don't have to mess with, if you have a B series shift linkage. Mine is a B series EF shift linkage from Innovative, so I'm not sure if this style will fit. Otherwise, if it's like a D series one, you have to swap the plate in order to fit it on your linkage, but we'll see, because I'm not really sure how Innovative did it. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've been under the car. Alright, I got all the bubble wrap off so you can get a full view of this. This thing is so nice. So clean. Before I put it in the car, I was just going to kind of show you side by side, like the older style and some other styles of shifters. To adjust the throw, it's a short shifter, so to adjust the throw of how short it actually is, you'd have to move this ball up and down. So the further up it is, the shorter the throw is, because you got more leverage, or, science and math. But yeah, you'd have to do it underneath the car. You got a little grub screw right there that you loosen and spin it. And yeah, that's simple design, works very well. But this newer one, obviously just much nicer looking. And you take this right here and spin it inside the car, so you don't have to go under the car whatsoever. And it even has a little number here for, I think it goes by inch or something, or I don't know what, but it goes up to, I believe, 5 or something. But we'll find out. But anyways, yeah, so you can just loosen that up, spin it inside your car, tighten it back up, and you just change the whole throw of your shifter. So you can go from the stock feel, back and forth, to a really notchy, close pattern, which is what I like. So we're going to be putting the adjustment all the way down, but I'll show you how that works when we get it installed. Anyways, I'm going to get the car jacked up, and we'll start removing the shift linkage. Alright, I'm going to film this the best I can. It's hard to film without a lift because I'm just scrunched under the car, but you're going to need a 12mm socket to take your bushing off. And all my bushings are new when I built the car, so I mean they only got a few hundred miles on them, or maybe a couple thousand. I don't even know at this point. But so usually you just want to replace them while you're at it, but in this case they're still new. So yeah, we'll pop that down quick, and then we'll go to the front and take it off the trans on that side. Are you helping? She doesn't know personal spaces. Alright. There you go. Well, I forgot to take the boot off up there. Rookie mistake. I kind of wanted it to hang here anyways until I get the front off, so I'm going to leave it like this and then pull the front off, then drop it down completely. That way it's not moving around everywhere. And then up here you got another 12mm bolt. guess my bushing up here is a little cracked. I don't know why. Must have been a cheap bushing I put up there, but it's easy to replace down the road. Now, this is the worst part of this whole process, is to take this pin out. But with this linkage, I think I'm just gonna pop it off here or here and just do it that way, because this is just such a terrible pain in the butt. If y'all know Hondas, you know what that pin is called. But just if you do have a stock linkage or whatever and you have to take that pin out, here's a quick tip. This is I can't remember exactly if it's a power steering bolt or air conditioner bolt, but it's one of the like bracket bolts. It has this perfect little nub on the end, and it fits in here, and it's just the perfect fit. I use this so much whenever I do this. This is my favorite tool. You can see the threads are kind of, I'm shaking because I always shake, but you can see the threads are quite beat because I've used it so much, but this makes it so much easier to do. Alright, just touch that with my dirty hand. Not my nice steering wheel. This is from Bull Boost Performance, so go check them out. Not sponsored, but these steering wheels are dope. But yeah, take this. Oh, I just heard the jack stands move. That was really scary. This is actually a legit billiards pool ball. There used to be an old guy on eBay that would drill these out and tap them to your car. This is a vintage one, and I don't know if he exists anymore because I tried to look him up and couldn't find him, so RIP if he is no longer around with us. Alright, got the boot popped up. Now I just gotta finagle it under the car to get around the exhaust. Come on, Bissy, get out of there. Come on, get out of there. Yeah, right when I turn the camera off, it just falls out, so that worked. Alright, we got all our parts here, and I was just kind of looking over the hardware, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe this bolt right here with this bigger spacer is for like a different shift linkage, like maybe a D series. I haven't seen which one fits yet, but this is just like a fatter version of one of these, so I believe that's what it is so you can fill that gap. This is a longer bolt, there's a longer shoulder on it than this one. So I believe that's what it's for. It only makes sense because it's the same shape, but we'll see which one fits in my shift linkage and go from there. And just quick, if you're wondering what the difference is between like the X2 and the X3, this is all literally the same. The only difference is the shape of this. So the X3 is actually like a longer setback. So I guess it fits nicer for EKs, or if you want a more daily driver feel where it sits back, or I don't know. It depends on the car and where the shifter sits in the vehicle, but we'll see how far back this one sits. But otherwise, all you gotta do is buy the aluminum piece and you can have the next size back. So to get this off, just a couple 12 mil nut and bolt. Ugh, so greasy. And then you got two 10 millimeters here. You want to lose a little washer. You don't have to reuse these because they give you new hardware, but I like to keep everything together for used parts. This thing is still like blown out. I guess it was time for me to get a new shifter anyways, but surprisingly there's no play in my shifter. So, well, obviously because of bushings, but look at that. I guess it's just about time to do this. This is all good though. What's really cool is they just give you this little Allen key tool. It's a multi-tool. All you need is the like one or two of these, I believe, for the whole setup, but something cool to just throw in your car or truck for a handy little tool. But anyways, we'll get this right in. Let's see if this plate fits. Which way does it go? That way. Oh yeah, okay. So Innovative knows what they're doing when they make stuff. And just for reference, that third hole they drilled in case you want to add your own third bolt. Obviously you only need two with the design of Honda, but if you want more rigidity, or if you're, I don't know, bang gears hard in your drag car or something, it gives you that extra little bit of support and safety. But this is plenty for my setup. And if you can't get this to seat flat all the way down, like just by pushing it. Just go back and forth for each bolt to draw it in. It's kind of hard to just cram it in there with the bushing and whatever, but it's just easy. Go back and forth and it'll draw itself in. So not only do you have the washer on top, but they want you to put these lock nuts on the bottom. So I'm going to throw those on as well and just torque them down. You don't want to over tighten your bolt going into this because this is aluminum, so obviously it's a much softer metal. It's a strong metal, but you know, when you're putting steel threads into it, you can strip them out pretty easily. But you know, throw the bottom bar back on. You gotta throw these little spacers on and kind of wiggle it at the same time. The bottom one's gonna be the pain in the butt. Get in there. There we go. Twist it. Come on, Bessie. There we go. Put the washer on the other side, and another, or well, a nylon lock nut. Unbelievable. You got all the little ones, but this one is still too small, so you got to use your own Allen key for this part at least. But whatever. And this bottom nut, just to let you know, is a 13 millimeter. Alright, let's throw it back up in the car and then we'll test out the adjustments. And I'm not going to film the whole putting the shift linkage back in because it's the exact opposite process of removing it. So quickly, I just want to give you guys a big thank you because I finally got my monetization all set and cleared out. So I am getting, you know, a little bit like $100 to $200 a month as of right now because I am a small YouTuber. So obviously I'm not making really any money off of this, but it does give me enough to buy cool stuff like this to make content for you guys. So all your likes, commenting, subscribing, sharing, and watching the videos all help significantly. And the more you do it and the more views I get, the more cool stuff I can buy like this and share it with you guys. So thank you so much, and just for all your support and making this kind of a reality for me. So thank you guys. All right, there it is all back together. Alright guys, the real question is, what shift knob do we use? Type R shift knob that my buddy Tony sent me, or keep the OG 3-ball? I think for this test I'm just going to throw this one on, but we'll see how it feels. So I basically already know the general setup I want. I want it tall and the shortest throw as possible. Especially when you're making it taller, you have a longer distance to travel, so the longer it is, the shorter you want the throw to compensate, depending on how short you want your throw. But so I want it as short as I can and almost as tall as I can, because I like my shifter to be closer to the steering wheel, so you have less movement, you get quicker shifts, and it's just right there. So I'm going to be adjusting it according to that. So you got to back these two little grub screws out, because those are kind of like a lock for this. There's a little pin in here, way in there. There it is. That little pin goes in here, so you can position it wherever you want. So I'm gonna have a little bit of an angle, basically setting it up like my old EK hatch, or EK coupe that I had. I had the older version of this, but yeah, similar setup. So I'm gonna get that all squared away, and then obviously this is height, but yeah, I'm gonna get it all adjusted and then get back with you, because it's kind of a pain in the butt to do with one hand. And just to show you quick how this works, so this is the little insert that goes in here with the pin. You just get it where you want it to go, and then drop this as soon as you get the angle you want. Then drop it into whatever hole lines up, so they're all slightly offset, so you can get with the, you know, the perfect angle that you want. So that's really neat, really nifty. And this is like a very solid piece of metal. I don't know what kind of metal this is, but it's definitely very strong. So yeah, just wanted to show you that. I'm an idiot. I just realized that I have the numbers backwards. I didn't think it was gonna matter because this is what twists the outside sleeve. Not that I really care because it's facing that way away from me, but I'm gonna flip it around just so I can say I did it properly. So if you're like me and you do this, all you gotta do is drop this down and then spin it around, and we're met. All right, now you can see right there barely, the numbers are facing this way, it doesn't really make a difference. This flat spot, as long as it's facing backwards, that's how you know the numbers will be that way. But like I said, it doesn't matter because the shifter's straight. It's not like a factory one where it's bent or whatever. But anyways, I don't know why it's just so stiff. I've been turning it with channel locks and a rag. I don't know if I did something wrong or what, but it's shifting fine when I shift it, but it is just very stiff to turn this. So yeah, well, I gotta get it to the position that I want. I was gonna do back and forth, but this is a pain in the butt right now. I might just have to get loosened up and then put my shifter back on and we will go for a test drive. All right, gotta adjust it all the way down so it's the shortest throw. Definitely very nice. Very stiff right now. It's gonna probably get broken in a little bit, but when we get the GoPro, and we will go out for a drive. Hey, follow my Instagram if you want. I actually was thinking that was going to be obnoxious and look really ricey, but I actually kind of like it. But I'm a ricer, so that explains a lot. I forgot to mention there's snow out there, so I'm going to be conjoing the snow. We'll just see what roads we can actually drive on. Also, I forgot to mention that if you do want to run this stock boot, it does fit over the bar. It just covers up the bottom portion. So if you know what you want to keep it at, then yeah, set it up. But I also think it kind of looks cool having this all the way up there. So I'm probably not going to run the boot. Alright guys, so it is the next day. Long story short, I called K-Tuned and told them about the issue with the shifter being stiff, and they actually have like a 800 number and they answer it, and it's actually like a person, you don't have to go through robots. So first off, excellent customer service through K-Tuned, but the guy I talked to said the aluminum plate might have been flipped. I guess they had a couple that went out of their shop and the plate was on the wrong way, so I'm going to try flipping it, and I'm actually in the process of taking it apart already, and I'll kind of explain something else to you. So I already got most of it apart below, and I was just going to try to flip it without dropping the whole linkage. So I was loosening these bolts, or the nuts, whatever you want to call them, that go through, and just loosening them actually made the shifter not extremely stiff. So I'm going to try flipping the plate because one side has like more of a divot in it than the other, I think that's what he said. So I'm going to flip it and see if that fixes it. Otherwise, I'm just going to not tighten those screws as much. I didn't even have them really torqued down that hard, but maybe just because this is an aftermarket linkage, maybe that has something to do with it, but it shouldn't because it still has the same casting, but maybe. Otherwise, yeah, I'll let you know. Alright, just to show you what I'm talking about. This is how it was when I installed it. So I haven't done anything besides drop it down. And see how this has a like machine cutout? The top doesn't feel like it has one, so I'm gonna pop this down quick. I'm gonna use two hands, so I'm gonna sit you down. Alright, yeah, so that part is all flat and this side has a bevel. So I'm gonna just flip it and see if that solves the issue, hopefully. Alright, so I got it flipped around now. So that bevel, or whatever you want to call it, cutout is toward the top. And I'm gonna bolt it back in and see if that solved our issue. Alright guys, so I think that might have been the issue. I got it tightened in and it's, still very free. And I'm a little upset about this, but look at, now I can turn this by hand the way it's supposed to be able to turn. This is spinning because I don't have it connected to the bottom link, but I can turn this now with it all tightened down. So I ruined the finish on this for nothing because the little plate was upside down, but whatever. I'm just glad. Hopefully this works. I'm gonna put everything back together, tighten everything, and I'll let you guys know in a second. Alright guys, so everything's back together. I just wanted to clarify something. So I was giving you some misinformation. +4 is the shortest throw, and it goes down to -3 once it's past the little K-Tune symbol. The video I watched was wrong when they were explaining it in the install, that I was looking at the base plate orientation because I was trying to figure it out, but I couldn't even tell from the video. But it goes to show you can't trust anything on YouTube. But so yeah, +4 is the shortest throw, and that's what I got it set at, and problem is solved. So all I had to do was flip that base plate, and now it's returning the center. It's not just extremely stiff anymore. Look at that. Goes into gear, second, third, fourth, and then fifth, and then just returns right back to center once it's in neutral. So problem solved. That's just my luck, bro. Like when I called customer service for K-Tune, he said like very, very, very few of them had the plate flipped over from assembly. So I just happened to be one of those people. So that's crazy. But anyways, I'm just glad it was a simple fix because I just thought I did something wrong. Something doesn't turn out the way it's supposed to, and then you're like, I'm second guessing yourself, but I feel like I'm crazy. But I'm just really glad it's a simple fix. And again, awesome customer service through K-Tune. Like you call that number, you get a real person that knows what they're talking about too. You don't get like, I've called companies before and you get some like desk person that has absolutely no idea what they're talking about. This guy's like, oh yeah, B series shifter, X2 shifter, this, that, the other. He's telling me other diagnosis things that, we're just going back and forth brainstorming, and sure enough, it was a base plate. So awesome customer service. Yeah, and check out that fitment. So the shorter throw you have, the longer it gets down here because of the leverage. And look at that, still clears my exhaust. This is a Skunk 2 resonator, so if you're wondering. But yeah, barely clears, but definitely enough room where it's not going to cause any issues. So that's awesome. Alright, back on the ground, and this is so nice now. Oh my gosh. And unfortunately, we cannot go for a drive because there's like 2 inches of snow out there. It's snowing right now again. So unfortunately I don't even get to actually like try it out. But that just gives us an excuse to go for a mountain run next time the weather's nice and the snow melts. And before I close out this video, a lot of you guys have been asking to send me stuff in the mail, and I didn't want to give out my address, so I finally just bit the bullet and bought a P.O. box somewhere where I don't live. So I got a remote P.O. box now. If you do want to send me anything, whether it be fan mail, care packages, I don't know, parts. Someone was trying to send me parts before, or merch from your like other small YouTube channel, I'll definitely give you a shout out, and just to kind of help each other grow. So if you want to do that, I got a pin post on my Instagram and with all the information on there to send me mail. I also have a paypal.me link. A lot of people over the past year, I guess a lot to me is like 5 people, but I've had a lot of people offer me like a donation to the channel, which it's really hard for me to accept gifts. It just the way I was raised and stuff I've been through, but so many of you guys seem like genuine people. I've talked to a bunch of you fans and other small YouTubers, and you guys have given me hope in humanity, I guess I could say. But yeah, if it's really on your heart to bless me, then go right ahead. I got the stuff up there now, and thank you so much, guys. Just even for following, liking, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff means the world to me, and I appreciate every single one of them. So keep it up, guys. So if you did enjoy this video or it helped you out, because there is a lot of misinformation on YouTube as well with these shifters, and I haven't seen a video about this problem. But anyways, if you like the video, I appreciate a like, subscribe if you want to stay up to date with the builds and the projects, and follow my Instagram, Kanjo_brothers, if you want to see more content on there. And I apologize for how long this video probably is going to be, but a lot of information in here and a lot of mishaps that we had to figure out. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.